My goal is to be retired by 50 years old while also still making an active income without actually going to a job. In today's video, I'm going to show you a strategy that completely shifted my mindset on investing. Yo, what's going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you're having a God blessed day today. Every single person that comments down below is going to get our premium harvesting playbook. If you want that full guide, it's a must read for option sellers. Drop a comment down below and I will personally send that over to you, and make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. But guys, today we are talking about the retirement strategy that I plan to use before I'm 50 years old to be fully retired, meaning I can choose to work, I can choose not to work, knowing myself when I'm 50, I'm totally still going to be wanting to work because I do genuinely love to work. I think we were put here on this planet to work, not just wither away our savings. But with that said, right, this strategy creates an active income from our portfolios, whether stocks go up, down, sideways, they wiggling around, right? Whatever they're doing, we're able to actually create an active income from the markets, okay? So I'm going to show you guys this strategy in full high-level overview. Let's go over the shoulder. So you could pick any stock that you're interested in at all, whatsoever, right? So let's just pick like a very popular one that everybody loves to talk about, and that is NVIDIA, right? So if I go over to NVIDIA right here, right, on the Robinhood, I just use Robinhood here on the channel. Let's say you wanted to buy 100 shares of Robinhood, and I know you're probably like, Pete, what are you talking about? You're saying investing, retirement, like just bear with me, all right? Give me a couple minutes here, right? And if this isn't worth your while, you know what to do. You can hit that dislike button, but I can almost bet you that you're going to really enjoy this strategy, because for me, I have not seen anything else like this. And this is something I'm going to teach my kids immediately. I wish I knew this sooner. It is my biggest regret that someone didn't share with me this when I was literally like 18 years old. Okay. And that is why I started this channel, because whether you choose to, continue to watch content on this channel or whatever, if you use this strategy, listen, I did my job. Let's get it. Let's say you want to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA right now. Well, if you wanted to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA, you could go out there and spend $17,400 just about, and that's what retail investors do when they want to invest. But guess what? We're option sellers now. I know you hear options, you want to run for the hills. Bear with me, trust me. Give me an amen if you lost money selling or buying options before. Because I have, or day trading or any of that stuff. All those things do not work for me at all whatsoever. The only thing that's ever worked for me is what I'm sharing with you guys today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go into the options section. Now, we got to get to somewhere safe real quick. We got to get to somewhere safe, so we're going to be selling. All right, we're going to sell a put, and we're going to go out 32 days. All I'm saying here, right, this isn't complicated, right? This is why I love this strategy. I'm a simple man. I got family, kids, work, business, faith, fitness, all the good stuff that I want to do in my life, even at the age I'm at currently, right? But with that said, what I'm saying here is I am willing to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA on August 29th. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, I get to name my price. I get to say at what price I'd be willing to buy 100 shares of NVIDIA. Now, listen, we don't want to buy it for more than what it's trading for, right? Current market value of NVIDIA is 174. So let's say, you know what? If it hits 160 in 32 days, we're cool buying it. Well, if we did that, we would collect $288 of premium. If you've ever been a silly options buyer, which I hope you haven't, right? That's where that money's coming from. They're giving that to us. Now, obviously, disclaimer, guys, results vary. These premiums are only at the time of me recording this video, okay? So not financial advice, results vary. So you could see it's even 290. We'll just say 290 for the sake of this example. Now, I'm going to toss this into my cash secured put calculator here. All my calculators here are free, guys. You can grab them. They are in our free Facebook group. Join us, mastermind, network with people. It's a vibe, guys. I think you'll see. You'll see. Just listen. Don't take my word for it. Listen, join the group. Right? And if you think it's a bunch of spam and people trying to sell you stuff, you can leave. But I bet you're going to love it. It's incredible. I actually can't even believe it sometimes how cool this community is that we've built over such a short period of time. But with that said, 290, or we'll say 288, whatever, guys. 288. We're going to say we collected 288, and in that group, you can download these calculators for yourself. Now, we do have to lock up our money, right? And this is why this is a retirement strategy, in my opinion, because essentially what we're doing is we're putting our money to work, right? We're taking our money and we're making it work for us, okay? We hear that all the time, right? We put them in a high yield savings account. We get paid out, over, 4% a year. We get paid out monthly on that. We do T-bills that expire every 3-6 months. Okay, we make a little bit of change, right? This is different. You're going to see that, okay? Now, this is more riskier than a high yield savings account or something like that. But I think you're going to see that if you stick to good ETFs and stocks that you actually believe in, right, you kind of can get a good balance here for yourself, but you got to make those decisions for yourself, right? So we are locking up $16,000. Your brokerage will lock up $16,000. The reason we're locking that up is because if the 29th rolls around and NVIDIA is trading at 160, you have to actually buy it, right? And your brokerage isn't going to just say, oh yeah, Pete's a good guy. He said he could buy it, right? But then you actually can't buy it, right? You see what I mean? So it's going to lock up that money for you. Now, the cool thing is you're a premium chaser, you're an income chaser, right? We actually earn interest on that money depending on the brokerages that you use. You can click the first link in the description if you want to learn more about that. That's layering stuff on. If you're just getting started, don't overwhelm yourself. The strategy is simple, but it's like anything in life, right? It's like trying to explain, something to a kid. The first time they do it, it's so difficult. But then as you get better, right, and then you kind of get deeper into things, right, they're the details, right? There's a lot of details to this at that point. So we're locking up our money, cool. And we said we're going to buy it in 32 days. Our expiration date is 32 days, right? We put 32 right there. We have a 1.8% return on our money. That's just the premium divided by the collateral, gives us our 1.8 return. And that's our trade right there. Now we open up our trade on our phone and we could shut it off. Few outcomes, right? Let's go over the risks, right? Number one, right? Let's say 32 days rolls around, August 29th at close. NVIDIA is trading at $175 still. Let's say it's trading at $200. Perfect. Your collateral is given back to you. Your 16K is given back to you, and you simply walk away with the premium. That's given to you up front, by the way. If we open this trade right now, it's given to you up front, right? Now, if the second thing that can happen, and this is the biggest risk, is that let's say NVIDIA does drop down. Let's say it drops down to 150, 140. You're on the hook to buy 100 shares at $160, okay? That's the biggest risk, okay? Now, the cool thing about this strategy is even if we buy the shares, what we can then do is flip it around, right? Let's say we actually bought 100 shares at current market value. Let's just say we own 100 shares of NVIDIA at $175, right? Well, what we can actually do is leverage those shares, and I like to say it's collecting rent on our shares because it's an asset. You own an asset, and most people just buy shares and hope the stock goes up. Okay, like literally paper gains don't mean anything to me. Have a buy and hold portfolio, fine. That's fantastic. Your 401ks, your retirement, your high yield savings, absolutely have those things, right? This, for me, when I look at selling options, there's one purpose of this, and I think it gets twisted in the TikTok brains of this world. My goal is to make money. Like, it's simple. I treat this like a business. If I walk away positive and make money, I'm sleeping well at night because I served my purpose on this part of my portfolio. I don't treat this like a buy and hold thing. I don't treat this like oh, it's a paper gains. I treat it like, is it making money? Like, if it's not making money, then I'm not doing my job correctly. That's how I like to look at it, okay? So let's say you do own 100 shares around $175 in NVIDIA and you want to put them to work. Well, instead of selling a put now, we're going to click sell call. Now, what we're saying here is, hey, we have 100 shares that we're willing to sell, right, in 32 days. But we're only selling this thing, right, if NVIDIA is trading for a price that we're cool selling our 100 shares for. So let's say, right, you're okay selling it at 190, right? Let's say you're okay selling your 100 shares at 190 next month in 32 days, right? Currently trading at 175 and you're cool. You know what? 190 is hot. I'm locking in those gains. Let's put it in our cover call calculator. This is a different calculator, again, available in the Facebook group. Join us, right? So we are collecting. How much premium are we collecting here? We're collecting $315, right? One options contract is 100 shares, okay? So we're collecting $315, okay? Now, we also, guys, to mention this kind of full circle, we can open more contracts, right? As long as there's enough open interest. Like if you had 1,000 shares of NVIDIA that you wanted to sell, right, you'd collect a good chunk of premium, I think we would say, right? You'd collect that. Now, well, let's go over it because I want to make sure all the risks, everything is outlined for you here, right? We're saying that you are selling your shares. We collected 315. Our strike of the option, we're willing to sell them at 190. Our purchase strike price, what we purchase them at, is $175. That's current market value. Our premium return stays just about the same, about 2% on our money. That's $315 divided by 17,500, right? 175 times 100. Remember, every options contract is equal to 100 shares, okay? So let's talk about this, because you're seeing like profit on shares, you're seeing total return, you're getting all excited, which I hope you are. Dive into the channel. There's a bunch of resources in the description. Join us in our Facebook group, ask your question, immerse yourself in this, educate yourself. That is the point of this channel, to educate you on this stuff, because it's like I said, it's like anything in life. The deeper you go into it, right, the kind of the heart, the more details there are. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So there are situations that you could be in terms of management, rolling, tracking, like all sorts of stuff, right? So let's talk about the risks on this side, right? Let's say, right, that 32 days rolls around, right? And NVIDIA is trading at like 185. Well, your shares aren't sold. They're returned back to you. Your brokerage isn't going to hold on to them to sell them anymore, right? They're returned back to you to run the play the following month. Fantastic. We collect some more juice, right? We collect that premium, right? Where's my juice button? Let's get it, right? I haven't hit this in probably like 30 videos, guys. That's the juice button. That's what we taken from those silly options buyers, right? Because I call them the gamblers. They're the degenerates. They're the people walking in with their paycheck on Friday to the casino and they giving it to us. Yes, we ain't necessarily hitting it big, but we slow and steady, just collecting them poker chips. And once in a while, those little degenerates hit it. But guess what? We take them to the back, and you know what we do, right? We take it all back from them, right? Over time. Jokes aside, though, but that is kind of the analogy I like to look at. So if it's trading sideways, your shares aren't sold, you walk away with the premium, rent your shares out for the following month and collect some more premium. Fantastic. Second thing that can happen, this is the biggest risk you got to be aware of, right? Is, let's say in 32 days from now, NVIDIA is trading at $200, $300, $1,000 in 32 days. You're on the hook to sell your shares at $190. You've defined your trade. This is how the max you can make on those 100 shares if you open that trade. To me, what did I say? I don't care. If I locked in a gain, I am fine. And guess what? It's a stock market, baby. There's opportunities and trade ideas absolutely everywhere. If you want to learn more about how to sell options, how to set this up for yourself, and join an incredible mastermind of people doing this day in and day out, Monday through Friday, sharing ideas, sharing wins, sharing their mistakes, all that good stuff. Click that first link in the description of today's video. 2 rules. You ain't toxic. If you're toxic, we're going to be talking to you on the phone and we're going to kick you out. You ain't allowed, all right? Sorry. Number 2, you got to be financially stable, okay? Listen, you can't come in here with like $1,000, right? The strategy, it doesn't really necessarily work, right? This is one of those things in life, guys. It takes money to make money. If you want to learn more about that, click the first link in the description of today's video, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.